Hey, what's up, you guys? Ben here from Mountain Mafia. Welcome back. You caught me right in the middle of the Krampus Crawler bumper modification. If you watched any of the other videos or have seen this before, you probably know that I really did not like that hoop on this bumper. Just something about it drove me nuts. So we started cutting and cutting some more until we could fit our worn winch in here. Now we're gonna add the front piece for the roller fair lead, and we're even gonna try to incorporate some Krampus horns on here. So follow along. I'd like to show you how we do it. I had to start cutting on this because I couldn't fit the winch in it. There was no way it was gonna go without cutting the grill. I didn't wanna do that. So I started cutting and I decided we're gonna take it all the way down to the walls, put a new winch plate to mount, and I just have it tacked in right now, but I know that the winch will fit. I decided I'm gonna pull out some cardboard aided drafting instead of computer aided drafting today. And sometimes I'll do this by measurements. Today I decided to build half of my front winch plate, and it's just kind of mocked up right now, but I think we can get a nice little tooth in there and mounts for the roller fair lead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this now all on my CNC machine, and I'm gonna double it and put it together so it's one piece. So the idea is to cut out a one-piece press broke front plate for this. Follow along, I'll show you how I do it. So now what I can do is I can put this down, trace it with my laser, get everything set up, and then check my math, get perfect straight lines. This stuff's kind of freestyled in. I'll double it, put it together, cut it out. So I designed this earlier and cut it out. This is the plate that you just saw tacked on there that'll hold the winch. I love this machine. I've been doing this for a long time now, and it is my favorite toy and my favorite tool. What I can do is I can put my little laser pointer in here, and then I can actually trace around some parts. So right now I'm just kind of getting this set up because I'm doing a mix of math and freestyling is what I call it, because I want my angles to be perfect, but then the part that really doesn't matter for looks, I'm going to trace that with the laser. So I'm just getting it all set up so I can do that. So every one of these dots is an inch basically, and I know all the little hotkeys and tricks because this is kind of what I do for a living a lot of the times. And we're gonna get this thing laid out, cut it out in no time. I'm just gonna make sure it's gonna fit. I kind of eyeballed it, I think it will. Ooh. Oh. It's gonna barely fit. It's gonna work fine. Wow, okay. It's close. So we're gonna start with the holes first. The holes in the slots first. All right, not too bad. I didn't put a new tip on it or anything. This machine works a lot of hours here. So we used what we had on there. It turned out just fine for a bumper like this. Excellent. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of eyeballing and freestyling this. So we're gonna go carefully, try to get the angle I want. That mark isn't even right. So like I said, I am fully freestyling what's happening here. All right, I really am not sure how good this is gonna go. So we got our piece cut out. She's looking pretty good. I put some reliefs on there for this press brake, and then we'll weld them up. This is kind of just for looks here, and you know, we'll make it look good, make it strong, but I wanted to give my little Harbor Freight press brake the best chance to do this. So I actually built all this and CNC cut out this 3/4, and it's a little bit new to me, but it's been working really well. So let's see what we can do with it. Oh yeah, she's cruising. I figured it would do okay. That point's gonna be a little weird, but it's just gonna be kind of hard. Gonna have to take my time to get it to the right bend, I think. Or just be really good at eyeballing. This is lucky guy, I guess.
That sacred geometry.
It's just that sacred geometry and a little bit of luck. Another guess. We'll see where we're at. It's right there. Good enough for me. Okay. Got a little bit of adjusting to do. Yeah, that's gonna work out good. Grind to fit, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the winch fits. It's in there nice and tight, and I like that because I didn't want it sticking out any farther than it needed to. So the fairlead will go right here, and this bumper is starting to have a decent look to it. I wish I could do more today, but I got other stuff to do. It's time to get ready for deep freeze. That is this next weekend. We have a course to set and a lot of work to do, so we're heading up to the ranch. We worked on Krampus last night, left the shop this morning, heading up to the ranch. We're gonna get set up for deep freeze, and I've been up here a little bit this winter, but not very much. It's been a couple of weeks, and we're gonna go see how much snow we have, how much snow we have to plow, what kind of trees are down, what kind of things we need to get into shape to be ready for Friday, the season opener of Mountain Mafia's 2025 season. Pretty stoked on getting back to it. It'd be nice to see a lot of our friends again, and I can't wait to get back to some serious racing and awesome vehicular violence with all our buddies. Just talked to my friend Matt Ochoa. He's coming up, and I'm not sure if he's gonna race big tire or small tire or both. So I'm pretty excited about seeing him come back in his rig. He's a great racer, and I'd like to see him get qualified for Havoc with the big dogs and see what he can do against them. We just hit the famous Badger Den in Bonners Ferry. Great food. Went by the Sturgeon Station, another one of our awesome sponsors. They also have the Kootenai River Inn, and we're gonna have some hotel deals going at all of the events this year with them. So it's nice to get back in the swing of things. We just passed Camp 9 Road. That loops around behind the ranch. That's those thousands and thousands of acres of Forest Service National Forest available to go trail ride and wheel on. So we have a lot more to offer than just our private ranch. We have thousands of acres of Forest Service that's open to you and open to the public to go enjoy. And it's looking really good up here. Nice little dusting of snow, and a few more miles left. We'll be pulling into the ranch. Headed up to the ranch. There is snow everywhere. We didn't really have any trouble getting in, but we're in a triple locked Land Cruiser on 37. So we're gonna do a little plowing, try to get this cleaned out for everybody else, and we are gonna get ready for an awesome weekend. We're in the Bat House. This is where we store some of our tools and things like that. And I'm looking for some tire air down deals for our 37s. I scored them years ago, never had anything good to use them on. So I think they're actually out in the semi-trailer. So we're gonna head out there right now and try to find them. We're gonna see how the semi did this winter since it didn't get to go inside due to the construction a little behind schedule. Well, this is our semi-trailer. This is where we stay when we're up at the ranch. We actually bought this trailer. It's a Kentucky Drop, and it was a big Mayflower. If you've ever seen the Mayflower moving trailers, it was ugly and massive. Went over to Seattle and grabbed it as I was learning how to drive my semi-truck. And it was an adventure. We drug it back, me and the crusty tripod and higher ground restorations with Nathan and crew. Spent like 2 summers cleaning this thing and prepping it to paint. And we pulled it in my barn, and my friend Gary helped me mask it out and did all the painting with his extensive knowledge. I don't do a whole lot of paint stuff. I don't know much about it. So I had help from some great people, and we painted it in the barn, and now we love it. We've been back and forth to Hammers. We've been all over the Northwest with it, and we love road tripping this thing. It's a great place. Come check out the inside. Okay, first thing first, batteries, 13.5 volts. Found them. Oh wow, I won these in a contest. It's funny when people are like, you don't even race, bro. I have raced a lot, just not so much since I got the ranch going. What do we have? I don't even remember what I have here. I just know that we have some air down deals, and I'm just learning about them as I read about them. So I believe you air down your spare tire where you want, and then you can set this to stop. And then you can check all of them on it and set them all. So if you want 5 PSI, you set it there. Ooh, and it's got a lock ring at that spot. So if we set these all to 5, set the lock ring, all you do is put it on there and air down. That is pretty slick. It's been so long that since I won these at a race that I actually raced in. This thing is like rotted out. But these are not. This is great. Don't need that anymore because I can fit the Predator in here. I can fit a side-by-side. We have a little lounge up here. We call it the X Lounge where guests can stay. Built out a full sink with instant hot water. This right here is some fancy yellow cedar. And this has a story because we've got a lot of buddies that we wheel with and snowboard with around the Northwest, and all of us got regular jobs. Well, these boys, they put up fancy trim in these crazy houses built down like Gosser Ranch and Coeur d'Alene Resort area, stuff like that. So the guy whose house they're working on owns a major league baseball team, and he has property where they actually grow this yellow cedar with no knots in it. So his scraps are what we use to baller out the semi. And I'll show you the only knot in the bedroom here. I put it in there on purpose because there was only one knot in every board I've ever seen. I'm like, we got to use that. So we put our outside lights. We have our lights that go all around the outside on this thing. We have some outlets throughout. But we built this out ourselves in my barn, and it's been a great project. Always working on more. But yeah, come check out the bedroom. Haven't been in here in a couple of months, so it's a little bit unorganized.
Not too mousy.
Not too bad. No, I don't see any mousiness and no leaks, which is great. We did a full-size shower here, which was one of the most awesome things a guy could do if you're doing events and on the road and run an event like we do. So still more to do. Obviously, we got to paint the walls and stuff, but oh, there's that knot. There's that knot right there. But yeah, pretty cool that we get some donations and are able to put together some pretty decent stuff with it. This has been a great project. I know a lot of people, I see some amazing haulers up here, you know, several $100,000, if not $1 million toter homes and haulers. And that's pretty cool, but I don't think we have 10 grand in this thing yet complete. So that's how we roll. We got to stretch a dollar, and pretty much everything I have, I've built myself, I think. So including this.
Stop right here for a second.
Got no service up here, and I got guys trying to trade snowboards in Kalispell and do a drive-by and a little handoff on some boards, and the service sucks, so that's been difficult. And there's a bunch of snow out here making life really difficult, and it's a tough business to be in. Well, as you can see, we made it up to Turtle Rock. There's a bunch of snow. It's going to be slippery and it's going to be gnarly this weekend. Deep freeze is going to be a lot of fun. So when we first bought this piece of property up here just north of Bonners Ferry, Idaho, we were looking for places to do rock crawling and be able to do some events. And we had Turtle Rock is what we called it. And it's that one with the split right there. Just the very tip top was sticking out, but it was still pretty fun to crawl on. So we decided to start digging, and after 12, almost 13 years now, this is what Turtle Rock has become. It's massive. There's lines all over it, and it's a really cool feature up here at the ranch. In the summertime, you can kind of see the cracks that have formed over millions of years in it. As you can see, we're doing some work up here, getting these tracks in order for deep freeze. That's this weekend. Hope you guys can come on up, have a good old time. By the way, I couldn't contain myself, so I stayed working on this bumper. I got her caught up to this point. We're just about ready to put that Warren winch in. Tune in next time to check out some of that. I'll see you in the ditch.